Hello and welcome to another stream. We have the BSL Gosuleague finals today for you with Brownie versus Tarson. As always, my name is Ray, and with me, my co-caster, Snipe.
That's right. Glad to be here, guys. We're here. We're in the finals. This is exciting. Both these two players worked hard to get here, and I'm really looking forward to a close series here. I hope it goes all the way.
Yeah, will definitely be very interesting. We didn't see a lot of Terran action in the whole Gosuleague, but I mean, one of the Terrans made it to the final, and so we have probably the fan favorite and one of the only Terrans here in a best of 7 with a lot of Terran action.
Yeah, that's right. I think we're going to take a look at his groups here in a minute, but you got to say he was like on the ropes a couple of times, but he fought through. He was the only Terran in the round of 16, and he made it all the way to the finals. So definitely exciting to see him come and play here.
Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at our players and their way into this final. So here we have our Wikipedia page, and yeah, let's take a look at Brownie first. I mean, they already played in the round of 16 here. So Brownie and Tarson already played in round of 16 Group B here, with Brownie winning it 2-1 against Tarson. So this is a rematch, and then Brownie just managed to do very well against the Zerg and the Protoss. So obviously not a lot of Terran practice here for him in this tournament. But he played a very convincing tournament and earned his spot in the final here. And on the other side, we have Tarson, who did play against some Zergs already in the round of 32. Let me find him here. There we go. So he did beat two Zergs 2-0 here in the round of 32. And then, well, he played me, but he also played another two Zergs in his round of 16 group. One of them is Brownie, as I mentioned already. And he also managed to get the reverse sweep against Eriador in the quarterfinals. So Tarson definitely has a lot of TVZ in this whole tournament. So yeah, maybe that gives him an edge, but that could also mean that Brownie had more games to analyze of Tarson's TVZ. What do you think, Snipe?
Yeah, definitely. I do hope that Tarson brings out some different strategies. We have seen him do a lot of the bio plays. I think that's what he did every game against Eriador. I do remember seeing at least one mech game from him in group stages, so I would like to see some mixing it up here in this series. If he plays the same way, I would give Brownie a little bit of advantage. But who knows? Tarson looked really strong throughout all his games, and I think this is going to be a close fight.
Yeah, well, yeah, he did play a lot of the same builds. He did the same against Protoss as well, but he always had like slight variations in the games against Eriador, I think. So, yeah, maybe he's doing the same that he knows. Again, maybe a slight variation, or he's surprising us with completely different play here. We'll see about that. So I think we are ready to jump into the game, right?
Sounds good to me. Let's get this going.
Okay. So the game is already starting here, and we'll jump in a few seconds. Okay, here we go. Brownie versus Tarson. And in the top position, 12 o'clock on Neo Sylphid, we have our Zerg player from America. It is Brownie.
And in the bottom right, we have our Black Terran from Poland. The only Terran since the round of 16. It is none other than Tarson. All right. So first map, Sylphid, a pretty solid standard map here, I would say, for game number 1. How important do you think taking this first game is going to be for either player?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the player. Some players are really feeling the pressure once they are down in the series. They really get nervous maybe, and they just pressure themselves a lot. But some players just analyze that first game that they might have lost and just improve on the next game. So it really depends on the character of the players, I think. And yeah, I don't know how that is going for both of them.
Yeah. Well, I will say Tarson, we do know he already came back from that 3-2 earlier. So he's already proven that he's not necessarily going to crumble under pressure. So maybe it's a little bit more important for Brownie that he can take a first couple of games. But we'll have to see. I mean, right now we have a pool first coming out of Brownie. Not necessarily something standard you would see. Normally you'd go for something like 12 hatch. So we'll have to see what he wants to do this. Maybe trying to put on a little bit of early pressure, or at least keep Tarson back in his base for a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, meanwhile, Tarson going for that gas here. So we did see some gasless fast expansions in the Gosuleague so far, but mostly I think that this is the build that he also chose against Eriador most of the time. Just the normal gas opening, and then he will probably go into an expansion a bit later on. We didn't see any like one base all ins or so from him. Always very conservative play.
Yeah, that's right. And we do see that he's getting his wall up here on the Terran side, so he's going to be safe against any early Zergling. Which we do have. Brownie looks like he's making about 4 of those right now. Maybe going to add in a couple more. No, just 4. So he'll be able to at least deny some scouting here, probably. A little bit. Not before the SCV gets in and sees the gas and the 2 hatcheries. And the lings, of course.
Yeah, barely gets in here before the Zerglings can block the choke. And the lair is started immediately. So the first 100 gas is spent on the lair. That's always a very important information you want to see as a Terran. If you see that the gas is mining for a long time and the lair is not starting, that usually means it's a Zergling speed. But in this case, a very early lair, and now Tarson can prepare accordingly.
Yeah, that's right. This lair is even quicker than normal 12 hatch opening lair, 2 hatch lair. So we'll have to see how Tarson wants to respond to this. It actually looks like he's throwing down a factory, so we're already seeing he's not sticking necessarily to straight up bio in this series, adding that factory.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to play. So if you already played the Zerg in a best of 5 previously in this tournament and you played pretty much bio every game, then it's really nice to just mix it up, do another build so your opponent is a bit thrown off guard maybe by your strategy.
Yeah, that's true. Because if, like we said, if Brownie or Brown here was looking at Tarson's game, he will have seen that he did mostly bio plays. But we do have that first Vulture out now. Going to get a little bit of map control. See if he can't pick off those lings, and at least he forces a sunken here.
Yeah. I remember in the last BSL season, BSL 9, we saw a lot of games decided by that first or second Vulture because the Sunkens were just not ready. But yeah, Brownie playing totally safe, getting the Sunken, and behind that the Spire is starting.
Yeah, I remember that too. There was like a particular series, or a particular player who just kept getting those Vulture run bys. I don't remember who for sure, yeah. But very nice. The Ling is going to get here and scout that there is a command center. Trying to harass that SCV a little bit, but not going to be able to kill that for sure. So Vulture kills all the Lings and is going to be able to get on the map and do a little bit of a contain here on Brown. But we do have Spire already over halfway completed. Do we have anything back at home for Tarson? No Goliaths or turrets or engineering base started as of yet.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared for him because there's no eBay. Okay, now eBay starts. The first Goliath is already in production, but 1 Goliath will not be enough against like 6 Mutalisks that are probably coming. You can see the Larva already getting pulled up here by Brownie. There's another Larva coming in the natural, and as soon as this Spire done, he has 600 gas, 600 minerals. Very nicely planned out build. Perfect mineral distribution and gas distribution here. So he will have 6 Mutalisks, and the turrets really have to start immediately when this eBay is finishing, or else Starson is in big trouble.
Yeah, I was a bit worried there, wondering what he was doing. He had one Goliath going out on the map. Maybe just looking for a stray Overlord he could pick off, or a couple of Lings. Not being able to find anything. But mutas now are hatching. Brownie's going to go ahead and fly across the map here. Looks like he's just planning on ignoring this Vulture for now. Wanting to get in and hopefully do some damage before turrets are up. But as we can see, that first turret is just now finishing for Tarson, and he has a few Goliaths, so he should be able to deflect this without taking too much damage.
Oh, can he cancel this? Oh, just barely cancels that. So this means he could get on top of the production. Only 3 Goliaths. Yeah, and okay, he doesn't want to fight those Goliaths because the turret is also finished now.
Yeah, we did lose one Mutalisk in that, but he has a couple more here, and he's continuing to produce Mutalisks for now, while going ahead and throwing down a Hydra Den back at home. So we are going to have a transition coming out from him. He's just going to chase that Vulture down, it looks like now, kill it, make sure it can't deny a potential third base attempt coming out from Brown here.
Yeah, and I think it was so far pretty decent. I mean, the turret was basically interrupted, but in the end he didn't really take a lot of damage so far, so only one SCV going down and then a few shots on a Goliath or so, but that's very fine so far.
Yeah, another SCV tried sneaking out there just to see if he could scout what the potential follow-up here was for Brown, but gets picked off by those Mutalisks, who are now coming in looking to get some more damage done here, picking off another SCV, delaying that turret. Just any damage he can get done is he's basically trying to like slow install the Terran to push down here. Anything he can get done is going to help him. We have a drone coming across the map here. Looks like probably just a misrally.
Probably, yeah. Okay, Brown tries to find the spot between the turrets here to fight the Goliaths without any turret support, and it looks like he is trading pretty well, but he's getting flanked by the Goliath shots here, and in the end has to leave. I'm not 100% sure if that was worth it here, but he's getting some more SCV kills.
Yeah, he's down to 6 Mutalisks here now, but we only have 6 Goliaths as well on Tarson's side. We do have a starport. He hasn't done anything with that as of yet. We'll have to see what that's for. But meanwhile, we do have Hydralisk production started on the Zerg side here. Starting to bank up those Hydras and get those Hydralisk upgrades going. So we do have the transition coming out from Brown now.
Yeah, I have to mention this. The worker count is heavily in the favor of Tarson. Brownie really, I mean, it almost looks like an all-in here. He goes for super fast Mutalisk and then transitions into the Hydras without adding drones in between, basically. So this is, I think, a pretty all-in build. So if Tarson takes no damage from these Hydras, I think Tarson is in a very good spot. But I mean, that said, there are only like 8 Goliaths here, and there are a lot of Hydras coming, and the range upgrade is finishing.
Yeah, and I don't think he even has wind of this. He doesn't have scanners, so he wasn't able to scan the transition at all. He has no idea that these Hydras are even out here or coming. Like a couple of tanks or something would be really useful in a spot like this, sieged up behind. But as we can see, he's only got Goliaths. He's still producing just Goliaths, so I think he could be in a little bit of trouble. We'll have to see how the defense is here, but it's only a matter of time before Brown wants to pull the trigger here.
Yeah, but he has a +1 upgrade, and if he's in a good concave, he has a lot of turrets there, so maybe he can defend this, but it will definitely be hard.
Alright, well, here we go. Let's see how it is. This could be game-ending either way. We'll see how the defense is.
That's
some of these FTVs, yeah, it looks like all the Goliaths are going to go down. Nothing left to fight the Hydras. And now he's just losing a ton of SCVs. I don't know about this. I mean, all the Mutalisks are dead, but what is he going to do about these Hydralisks? And Brownie's continuing to stream more Hydras across the map.
Yeah, the SCV pool was a bit late, I think. Maybe if he drilled some more in between the Goliaths and the Hydras, he could have defended. But he's still not out. He's still doubling the SCV count, the worker count, after losing so many, almost. If he just survives here, he still has a shot, I think. But okay, he's losing more and more.
Yeah. I mean, even at this point, he's going to lose so many SCVs, it's going to even out the game if he does survive, I think. Like the Hydras
Yeah.
are still streaming down, and yeah, it's not looking great for him.
To be honest, I think he should just give up the natural and just save his units, save his SCVs, and just gather a few more Goliaths before trying to defend the natural. Yeah, but now he's just losing so much. He's still ahead in workers. Let's not forget that. But I think with the last Goliaths dying here, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, it was a close defense, but I think Brown had just enough and was able to push through here. And yeah, Tarson agrees he is going to GG, and Brown takes game number 1 of the finals.
Yeah. Yeah, very nicely executed build by Brownie here. We can see even in the end screen with Tarson GGing, Tarson still ahead in workers after losing every single worker in his natural pretty much. Man, if he just somehow survived, I think giving up the natural would be enough for him to survive, and then he can still play the game. But he tried to defend the natural at all costs, and he was not quite able to do so. So 1-0 for our Zerg player.
I got a little comment here in the chat from Wordy. So Brown woke up just before this series. They played the first game, and then he went to eat breakfast before they finished the series.
Oh wow! So they had a little break in between. Do we know which game it was? After which game?
It
After
looks like
game
he
one.
said after game
Okay.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there he killed him with that all-in kind of build, and then he went and ate breakfast before they played game 2.
Yeah. So if he just woke up, but still was able to win that game, that could mean a bit. But I mean, in the end, it was a very aggressive, very yeah, it was pretty much an all-in. I would say that. And I think if Tarson knows that this option is on the table, he will put in a bit more effort into scouting, and he will probably make sure that this doesn't happen again. Okay, and we are going into game 2. In
All right,
a
so
few seconds.
loser pick. So this would be Tarson's map choice.
That is correct. Okay, we are ready. Here we have game 2 on Eclipse, and in the top right corner we have our Korean American Zerg player ahead 1-0, Brown.
Oh, Brown's playing in brown. Does that give him an advantage? All right, and in the bottom left, we have our pale green Terran, who's down a game, but has definitely shown a tenacity to come back when he's been down in a series. It is our Polish Terran Tarson.
Yes. So, since we already used different pronunciations of the name of our Zerg player, is there anyone in the chat who can enlighten us of the correct pronunciation of our Zerg player's name here? Please put it in the chat if you know.
Yes, we've called him Brown or Brownie. But,
yeah, that's the question.
Don't know what he prefers. But yeah, so it looks like Tarson's just going to go off for a wall off here, putting his first depot down there by that egg, setting up a very good wall. You can definitely get a link tight wall in here with a depot on the other side and a barracks below it. Meanwhile, what are we going to see from Brown? No early pool this game. It looks like he's probably going to go for a 12 hatch. There's the 12th drone, and no spawning pool as of yet, sending that drone to the natural, so it looks like he is going to go ahead and play this one a little bit more standard, at least for the opening.
Yes, he plays down the hatchery, and yeah, Tarson could still go for the gas at 100 minerals, but yeah, he's probably not, and he's going for that fast expansion.
Looks like according to Lucky Brony.
Yeah, Brony is...
Brony.
There's also a Brown A in the chat, but yeah, I guess Brownie is the preferred pronunciation.
Just call him our Zerg player.
Okay, yeah, meanwhile, Zerg has the pool and the gas going, and Tarson is now placing down his command center, and he will scout everything that the Zerg player is doing. So yeah, everyone knows everything here. Both players scouted the other players, and now we'll see how they react.
Actually, we have a second depot coming down before the command center. It's a bit interesting. I think normally if you scout 12 hatch, you're safe to go ahead and throw down that command center. So maybe he's trying to trick Brown into something. I'm not sure. Or maybe just the harass from the drone. But we'll see. We got the lair already started here for Brown, so it's going to be another 2-hatch rebuild or play coming out from him. And we'll see what Tarson's response is to this.
Yeah, I mean, he started the command center and the gas at the same time at 550 or so. He could have definitely started one of that earlier. But, oh well. We don't know what his thoughts are. But, I mean, he has all the scouting information. And now I think the game, of course, there are different openings. But he can see the lair again. And he will probably make sure to scout Brownie after maybe the initial Mutalisk. So will we see a scan?
Yeah, well, we do have a different build coming out here from Tarson now. Not going for the factory this game. He is going to stay on bio. Still only the one barracks, though, which has me a little bit worried. Is he going to have enough bio to deal with what's coming up? And actually, it looks like we're going to have lurkers this time. No Spire done as of yet, but the Hydra is done, finishing right as that layer finishes, and Lurker upgrade has started. So we're going to have some attempt of a Lurker bust perhaps here from Brown.
Yeah, the Lurkers are always very good if you see that the Terran player has a wall in front of his natural, because that means you basically get the first 2 depots for free. You might not be able to kill the Terran straight up, but you can get some free damage done without really paying anything for that. So an economic lurker attack could be the choice here for Brownie. But so far, yeah, he's making a lot of Hydras now. Let's see if he goes into drones after the first few initial Hydra.
Now, will Tarson catch wind of this? He is sending an SCV on the map to try and scout. Right now, he has no idea if this is Mutalisk or Lurker. All he knows that it's some kind of a 2-hatch layer build. And a lot of times, players, if they don't scout, will assume that it's some kind of a Mutalisk play. But that's an interesting scout path he took up there with his SCV, maybe looking for potentially Lurkers being morphed up there. Does he see those Hydralisks? He should have barely. Okay, he sees that one for sure. So he should know that what is coming now. Throwing down a couple of comsat stations. I think he needs to get down some bunkers here at least.
Yes, I think so.
And get his bio out on the map a little bit. Okay, he is going to throw down at least one bunker here now.
Yeah, very good in front of the wall to exactly avoid what I was talking about earlier, to save his wall, to save his depots, to not let Brownie get the free damage, the free kills on the depots. He's adding the bunkers in front of his wall, and if he gets both bunkers up, he should be fine. But I mean, 5 lurkers are pretty strong.
Yeah, well, that bunker's just about to finish. He's stimming out here, trying to pick off some lurkers, but now he has to retreat back into these bunkers. He does get in.
Burrow.
No burrow, and the lurkers get kind of bunched up there. Very nice. He kills every lurker except for one there, which is very damaged. So nice defense from Tarson here.
Yeah, I mean, that burrow just happened way too late. I think he was running around, like 2 lurkers were already dead before they actually burrowed. Yeah, that definitely cost him a lot here. We see the worker count is pretty similar to last game, with Tarson pretty much doubling the worker count, but this time Brown did pretty much no damage at all, and Tarson is in a very good position.
Yeah, and we see Brown is continuing to make units back at home. He made he's making some more Hydras, some more Lings, so he's going pretty much all in with this again. And if Tarson can defend this all in, like he already defended the first wave, if he defends again, he's going to be in such a good spot. I don't think he'll be able to lose, but I mean, it's going to be scary. He is going to have to defend this next attack coming in from Brown.
Okay, I just heard a scan, probably in the Zerg main. There's only one scan left for Tarzan right now. We have to keep an eye on the scans because there's no turret here anywhere near the bunker. So if somehow maybe he uses up another scan, maybe Brownie can abuse that fact. But apart from that, I don't think Tarzan is going to die here against this all-in. Because he just has like 4 barracks production. He defended the first attack with basically 1 barrack production, and now he has 4 barracks production. So we'll see.
Yeah. I heard another scan go down. He does have 2 scans behind here. We have a line of lurkers. We'll see. I mean, he's morphing a few more, so I think it's just a matter of waiting for these lurkers, and then he's going to try and pull the trigger here. Question will be, will he defend or really? I think this game's going to end pretty soon either way, unless he just camps out here with his lurkers. But the problem with that is he's made so many extra units that it's just going to put him so far behind economically, he's not going to be able to get back. So he needs to get something done with this.
Okay. And I think here we go 11 lurkers. There are no additional bunkers added for Tarzan. It's still the same number of bunkers that he had before, and we have to remember, the bigger the armies are, the better lurkers are as well.
All right, here we go. He's unburrowing them all. He's moving in. Where are the scans?
Oh, wow.
Is this going to work? That's the question. The bunkers are still holding up. We got a couple SVs pulled to repair. 1 bunker left still. And it looks like he is going to be able to hold, and that is just way... I mean, Brown's just way too far behind, and he knows it there. Look at that. He just taps GG right there. Tarzan takes game number 2, and we're tied up 1-1.
Yeah, wow. I'm very surprised that we see such action-heavy early games here. It's very aggressive strategies by Brownie. I don't quite remember his previous runs. I'm not sure if we casted most of them. But yeah, I definitely don't remember him being so aggressive early on in every game.
Yeah, well, he's shown 2 very aggressive all-in type strategies. We'll see if he continues to do that throughout this series. But yeah, we've gone from a best of 7 to a best of 5 now that we're sitting here at 1-1.
Yes. And the next game is being loaded up here. And yeah, we have quite a lot of viewers now. Yeah, just joined the stream a bit after the first game here. Welcome to everyone. Thanks for tuning in. You can see the Gosuleague final here between Brownie and Tarzan, and we are going into game 3 right now.
Well, at least we have no sweep on either side, but I still hope this goes the full 7 games here. These two definitely seem to be fairly evenly matched so far. I mean, it was 2-1 in group stages. We got a 1-1 right here, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, and the game is ready. We have some follows, thank you guys. Okay, and now let's see what we have in game 3. In the top right, we have our so far very aggressive Zerg player. It is Brownie.
All right, and in the bottom left, we have our Pink Terran, Tarzan. This is Polypoid, so this would have been Brown's choice or Brownie's choice here. They are cross spawns, which can maybe help Terran if Brownie's going to go for aggressive strategies again, giving him a little bit more time to react and or prepare his defenses.
Yeah, you can really see that Tarzan already adapted in the second game. So he died to an all-in the first game, and then in the second game he sneaked out that SCV around the opening, around the Zerglings, and then went into the center of the map to see the Hydras streaming to his base. So he was able to scout the all-in and prepare and defend the all-in in the second game. So yeah, I think we already see that improvement for Tarzan, and if he can keep playing like that, he would be in a good place against these all-in or aggressive strategies by Brownie.
Yeah, but seeing that Tarzan did defend it last game, maybe Brownie goes for something a little bit more standard, tries to out macro him or outplay him in a long game. But we'll see. I mean, we've seen Tarson do Factory one game, we've seen him do Bio the next, so he could be pulling out anything at this time. Meanwhile, we do have a Pool first coming out from Brown again. Pool and Gas. So it looks like he wants to get some earlier lings, maybe a little bit earlier lair, and pressure from there, but we'll have to see.
And here I want to mention the scouting patterns. I already noticed that on Sylphid. You can see Tarson is not scouting to the next main position. He's actually scouting to the places in between of the starting positions to see if there's an overlord coming. That way, if there was an overlord coming from the top, he would know that his opponent is in the top left, but he's seen no overlord here on the left side, so he goes for the next position. I mean, in this case, doesn't quite work out because it's a cross position game, but the idea is there.
Yeah, do have to be careful doing that every game sometimes, because then if Zerg knows you're going to do that or catches wind of this, sometimes they'll change up their scouting just to mess with you. So it could backfire on you, but as you can see, it's not going to have really any effect here. And Tarson is going to see these 4 Zerglings coming across the map. However, Brownie doesn't know what position Tarson is in just yet.
Yeah, and I think the scouting of Tarson, scouting that the Zerg player is not in the 2 close position spots, but rather he's in a cross position. I think that what triggered Tarson to throw down the command center with just 2 Marines here before the bunker. So yeah, command center already going up very early because he knew that the opponent is cross position.
So we already have the lair started from Brown, so it's going to be another 2 hatch type play. Does he go for the Lurkers again or Mutalisks? I kind of expect we'll see more Mutalisk heavy play in this game, or Mutalisk style, just partially because of the longer distance, but also we saw last game Tarson was able to hold off the Lurker all in without too much problem, and Brown did win with Mutalisk Hydra in the first game.
Yes, I think so as well. I mean, Mutalisk is really also the more common strategy, I would say, in ZVT. You can just do so much with Mutalisk. You can defend pushes, you can do some damage, and you just have that pretty safe return on your investments because you will always get some damage done if you are always active with the Mutalisk. There are not many games where you go for Mutalisk and you don't get a single kill.
Yeah, that's right. So Spire has been thrown down now from Brown. Meanwhile, on Tarson's side, we do have a second barracks and an academy. So it looks like a 2-Rax Academy type build, which is definitely a solid build, a very solid build against any kind of 2-hatch build coming out from Zerg. We'll have to see if he figures out that this is Mutalisk and how he reacts.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 barracks definitely give him a few more units. I was a bit scared in the last game because he was on 1 barracks for so long. But I mean, he still defends the local in, and now he is even safer with 2 barracks here. And the scan should also come soon, I think. So that's a bit weird that you go for Academy first and there are no comp sets.
Just getting those medics and marine upgrades out there. But we can see Brown's doing something a little bit different this game. He's already taken his 3rd hatch here at a 3rd base, so he's not necessarily looking to go as all in as he did in game 1 with the Muta Hydra. That could be a reaction to seeing that Tarson is going for bio again this game. But also, it looks like he wants to play this a little bit more of a standard 2-hatch Muta type play.
Yeah, already going for the upgrades as well, so he definitely plans to go for a longer game. So this will probably be the first game that goes, well, I'm not quite sure, but over 10 minutes. I'm not sure if any one of the first 2 games went over 10 minutes, but I don't think so. Yeah, so 3 base coming up. Mutalisk harassing.
Yeah.
Will he transition again or will he stay on Mutalisk? That's the question here. He will probably stay because of the armor upgrade, I will assume.
I did hear one scan go down. It looked like it went down to his natural, so that might have been a misclick. But he is going to have his turrets ready here in time for the Mutalisks, which are flying in just now, but he already has a good group of bio out as well. So the Mutalisks shouldn't be able to get too much damage done. You can always find a little place to poke, perhaps, but we'll see. They're flying in here now.
And can he find some damage? I mean, at some point, you will be able to kill 2 turrets easily if your mute count grows. So it's really the Terran's job to have some turrets in the beginning against the very few early Mutalisks, but then really continuously add 1 or 2 more at each location to really be safe. Otherwise, if you have too few turrets in one location after the Mutalisk count grows to 11 or so, it can be very dangerous.
Yeah, that's right. But did see a couple of SCVs picked off with the mutas, but so far nothing too bad against Tarson here. No real damage done. Just looking around trying to poke. Forcing a stim is always nice to drain some of that medic energy. Does manage to pick off 1 Marine, but again, Tarson's not going to mind that too much as long as he doesn't lose too many more.
And now we have this game where Tarson goes on the map out of the natural, and the Mutalisks have to micro around the Marine group and try to pick that off. Oh, loses a Mutalist here for free.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate there for him. Nice pickup for Tarson. He is going to lose a little group of Marines here. Does pick off another Mutalisk in the process, but he's going to lose even more Marines. That's quite unfortunate. So nice job there by Brown, just kind of whittling down this Marine force, keeping it back. Meanwhile, back at home, he is actually already teching to Hive here. His Hive is already over half done, so we'll have to see, is he going to go for Guardians or something with this?
Could be, yeah. Such an early Hive. But I mean, you could also go for the Defiler, I guess. And so far he's doing very well with the Mutalisks, killing off all the Marines. And Tarson is streaming in with more Marines, but those Marines are not enough. I think he's more or less just feeding more Marines into the death here.
Yeah, this isn't looking great for him now. You got to favor Brown at this point in time. He killed off the entire Bioforce. He has a 3rd base, or at least a 3rd gas up and running. We do have the Greater Spire, but Tarson just now scanning that Greater Spire. So he does know that Guardians are on the way. What is the reaction going to be?
So far, nothing. Okay, we see the first race going. And already 2nd starport before that scan happened. So he should be very prepared now that he scanned the Great Spire so early.
Oh, a group of Marines without any medics here out on the map. That's just asking to be caught by these Mutalisks killed.
Yeah, if he sees it. And I think he does, yeah. Wow, those will die.
Oh, this is looking a little bit tough for Tarson. I mean, we can see even in the supplies, Zerg is slightly ahead, but he's just been throwing away, or Zerg's been killing a lot of the bio here, which is really setting Tarson back. And yeah, Greater Spire is just about to finish up here, so we're going to see some Guardians being morphed. And is Tarson going to have enough to defend a Guardian Ling attack at his front here?
Yeah, this is actually really interesting because I think build-wise, Tarson's in a good spot. I mean, he also scouted the Greater Spire and he is preparing with the race and so on. So that part is all going very well for Tarson. The economy is also very good for him. But then he's losing so many Marines, so his army is very small. So that's quite an interesting, funny situation here.
Yeah, he's still, I mean, he does have a decent number of turrets, he does have that bunker, but he's still losing bio here to these Mutalisks micro up front, and a couple of Lings even now coming in to help pick off some more. First few Guardians have been morphed. We'll see when he brings those in.
And
was Cloak research? I don't know. Sorry,
okay. Are those all Guardians? Okay, he just moved all but 2 Mutalisks into Guardians. So now the race can maybe kill those Guardians. If you have the Mutalisks, you can basically counter micro the race. But at this point, I think there's nothing to be done here for the Zerg player. Overlord
we
goes
do
down.
have the So now there's no Overlord to detect these cloaked wraiths. You could pick off all of these Guardians here.
Oh man, that is really... He needs to attack, he can't just let them die for free.
Oh, but he's running out of cloak. At least he lost the cloak on one of these wraiths. He's still got a little bit on the rest.
Okay, there's an Overlord coming from the left. He didn't see that so far. Oh, but he can see it with the factory, but he's not picking it off. So I think the race will die very soon.
But will he get all the Guardians before the wraiths die?
The Overlord is stopping! Oh my god.
Oh, maybe a little bit of miscontrol on both sides, but the one Wraith does go down. The Bio comes out here now. One Devour even here to help against the Wraiths, but they go down. Wow.
Oh man.
And now he's just morphing Guardians right underneath the Bioforce. So Tarson's going to be able to kill it. And wow, Brown GG's.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Oh man, he basically morphed like overall close to like 50 Guardians, and he didn't do any damage with those. Oh my god.
I know, wow. Like such a bad trade. It looked like Brown had that game in the bag, but the Cloaked Wraiths come in clutch for Tarson, picking off those Overlords, picking off all those Guardians. Well played, nice defense, and Tarson does take the lead here for the first time with a 2-1.
Yes. Oh, okay. So game 4 is being loaded, and meanwhile we take a look at the chat. Guys, if you have any comments, any questions, feedback, whatever, always put it in the chat. We will always read the chat during the game. And yeah, some people already noticed the t-shirt I'm wearing. So this is the official Bombastic Star League t-shirt here. You can see it here. So if you want to support Zero and the BSL, you can do so. Just go on the BSL Discord. Zero did an announcement in the announcement channel, and there you can access the shop of the BSL and get one of those t-shirts here. Okay, and now we have game 4, and the map is Benzene.
All right.
Okay, we are ready. Let's go. Okay, in the top right corner we have our Terran player. It is Tarson.
And in the bottom left, we have our pale green Zerg. It is Brown or Brownie. All right, so 3 games, 3 all-ins. I guess we should be expecting some other kind of all-in potentially here from the Zerg player. But Tarson seems to have adjusted well. I mean, he held the all-in twice now. So he's looking pretty good. All he has to do is maybe do that 2 more times, and he could be Gosuleague champion.
Yes,
But
so
we'll see.
yeah, last game was a 3-base game, the first 3-base game by Brownie, but it still felt like an all-in, to be honest. He was pretty ahead with the Mutalist. He did a lot of damage with the Mutalist, but then he decided to just morph everything into Guardians. No Mutalist left, almost no anti-air except like 4 Hydros or so. And he tried to finish it with that, but then he couldn't see the race. So
yeah, that was kind of crazy. You kind of feel for him at the same time, but no, it's still well played. Well, good defense from Tarson, and it looks like we're going to have a fast gas and pool again from Brownie. This is Benzene, so the rush distance is a little bit longer, but that can also make Terran feel a little bit comfortable, maybe going CC first or something, so a 9 pool here could maybe catch that off guard, but as we can see, Tarson is going to go ahead and throw down his barracks and then a gas before anything here. So it looks like we're actually going to have some kind of attack play coming out of Tarson once again this time as well.
yeah, and Brownie already mining that gas. So far we have seen the first 100 gas invested into the very fast lair more often than... Yeah, I don't think we saw a single link speed game. Oh, but yeah, he pulls out and he gets a link speed this time. Okay, so different approach here by Brownie. And that could mean if Tarson is not fully safe, that he could die very early on.
Well, we do have a wall being built here by Tarson. And I don't mind this at all. Like, I could see him walling every game, just knowing that Brownie's been all-inning him every game. Why not just play it safer, right? Because you never know. And this SCV is going to scout the links coming across the map, so he should know, okay, lings are coming. I should be able to be safe. I've got my wall up. I've got a Marine behind it. And the factory has been started for Tarson as well.
Yes. Now the hatchery is coming up. Tarson tries to block it, not quite able to, but he can at least So far he did not see the gas. So he just now sees the gas, but he isn't sure how long it is mining already, but he sees no layer, so he probably assumes that it's speed. But yeah, as you said, he is totally safe in his main here.
So a little bit of a win there for Tarson. Where do you go from here as Brownie? I mean, I guess he's going to start his lair any second here, as soon as he's got enough. Or maybe not. Hydralisk
Maybe
Den.
not. Wow, man.
So, to hatch Hydra follow-up, I suppose?
Yes. Man, Brownie really wants to have this series end quickly, I guess. He's going for all the aggressive strategies that exist for Zerg.
Too early in the morning. Seeing the wall and only one Marine and no being made, maybe he's assuming that this is some kind of tech build. So he wants the Hydras as well, if it's Wraiths or if it's, Vultures or something, he can... The Hydras will definitely help against all of that. Did he catch? I think he saw. Okay, he definitely knows about the Vulture now, if he didn't.
Yeah, but I think Tarson should probably be safe here. So he's also already getting the machine shop. So let's see if he gets. Yeah, it's probably a tank because there's no armory going up, so it's not for like something like Goliath range or so. Okay, we see speed vultures now. Those are not the best unit against Hydras.
No. They can run around slow Hydras pretty easily, at least, and get past them. But we see, looks like Hydras are being rallied across the map already, so yeah. I mean, again, this looks like it's going to be a game that ends fairly quickly one way or the other. And having the high ground here, having the machine shop already, it's going to be Vulture speed, like you said. Wraith will be out and be able to scout these Hydras, and then Tarson will know what he's up against. And I'm getting a little worried here for Brown.
Yeah, but so far we only have one single Marine and a few Vultures. I think Hydras should be a good unit to beat that.
Well, Tarson is about to find out about these Hydralisks. Oh, but he's moved down the ramp here. Okay, he does know there's Hydras out here now. Trying to pick off those...
Oh.
Well, Wraith isn't going to be too much help against those Hydras at this point. He is losing some SCVs. If he can get up the ramp and on top of the production, maybe. I mean, there's not a lot of Hydras here, but what does he have to defend? Oh, SCVs trapping those Hydras. SCVs are a good unit, what can we say?
Yeah, so he needs to just defend his high ground until the tank is here, I think. He should just pull every SCV. He just needs to survive here. He doesn't need to take his natural right now. He just needs to survive.
Yeah, first tank is out, so he's going to have to be careful. Don't want to lose that.
Yes, and yeah, some Hydras going down here. The tank is very safe behind the SCVs. Okay, Brownie picking off some SCVs. Now, oh, the tank totally unguarded. The SCVs. Oh, that was close. He cannot lose his tank.
There was a Wraith on the other side of the map too that got at least one of drone kill before getting taken out. So does lose his Wraith. He did lose the tank. I think, is Brownie just going to win this here?
Yes.
It looks like he is. Another tank is out, but is it going to be enough? He's going to get on top of that, kill that tank, and with that tank, I think Tarson is in big trouble here.
Oh man, I mean, there was a race in the Zerg base, yeah, but shouldn't he see that there's such a low drone count that he only needs to survive and then he moves away the SCVs from the ramp? Ah, very unfortunate. But he gets another tank. Maybe he can somehow defend it, but he almost has no SCVs left at this point. Yep. He needs to pull more SCVs, otherwise 5 Hydras will kill this tank.
And it looks like they are going to get on top of the tank. Speed Hydras catching up and killing that tank. And with that, yes, Tarson will GG. So 2-2. We've come from a best of 7 down to a best of 3. These two definitely pretty evenly matched. I'm getting excited here. I hope this goes to game 7.
Yeah, I can't believe Tarson just having nothing on the ramp after knowing that it's an Hydrolin. Like, he just pulls away all the SCVs and his tank is completely alone there, and that's happened twice. Ah, man, yeah, what can we say? We are going into game 5, I guess.
Yeah, so 3 games left. Who's gonna win this series? Do we have any predictions? We got it's best of 3 now. It could go either way. 2-2.
Yeah, I'm going to create a poll now that we have a few more viewers at 93. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I will create a poll here. Who is your favorite to win? It will show up above the chat very soon. 1 second. And
that's right, will it?
There it is.
Will it be our Terran hero, the only Terran since the round of 16, defying the odds of making it to the finals? Or will it be Brownie? I mean, it started 1-0 for Zerg, then he fell behind 2-1, ties it up 2-2. Brownie did beat Tarson 2-1 in the group stages, but this is a very close. These two are quite evenly matched. And next person to win 2 games, whoever wins 2 games first, has got this series and the Gosuleague champion.
Yes. And game 5 is now starting on Reap the Storm. So that is Tarson's map pick here.
Alright.
And we are ready. So, in the bottom 6 o'clock position, our very aggressive player, it is Brownie.
Who apparently spilled water on his keyboard. Is that a mind game or did it actually happen? Is he trying to throw Tarson off? I don't know. But on the left side of the map, in the color of water perhaps, we have our pale blue Terran, Tarson.
Yeah.
Who is currently winning our vote here.
Yeah, let's check out the votes. We have basically 2/3 voting for Tarson here. So everyone watching, there's on top of the chat at the very top, there is that poll going up, and you can vote for your favorite to win the whole thing here. We are at 2-2, and this is game 5 here in a best of 7.
That's right. We have yet to see a game that goes to defiler tech or anything past like 12 minutes or so. But yeah, maybe we'll see that still in this series. Brownie has been playing very aggressive, and it's just a matter as Tarson being able to defend the aggression and hold off the all-in or not. Interesting enough, the 2 times that Tarson went for tech builds, he did die to the all-in, and the 2 times he went for bio builds, he did defend it. So knowing that, I feel like if I were Tarson, I would just stick to the bio plays because I mean, he defended the all-ins doing bio, right? But we'll have to see. So far, looking like that, we don't have a gas being taken yet for Tarson, so it looks like he probably just wants to go for a standard expansion and into potentially bio play here.
Yeah, but that being said, I really feel like he could have definitely defended or survived the last attack as well in the last game. He had all the things he needed in place, the tank, the SCVs on ramp. And then, for some reason, he just thought, okay, the aggression is over, I'm not dying anymore, but he was very wrong. And maybe just not taking that all in so lightly at some point will also help him to defend and to survive. But yeah, maybe he just goes for bio again, and then maybe he's a bit more safe if he's playing bio.
Yeah, probably just a more comfortable style for him. And that's fine. I love bio and TBC, so good to see. He is going to scout Zerg second. He is about to scout and see the 12 hatch, which we've only seen from Brown twice now, usually going for that earlier pool. But it does look like he wants to go for a 2 hatchery build here once again. We've seen him do that every game, but of course he's mixed up his strategies from that. Different kind of an all-in every game. So he has the gas and resources for it, but he hasn't started the lair just yet. Okay, he's starting it at that. Sure. Well, where does gas go? Oh, he's starting Ling speed first. Okay.
Yeah, but he's still mining gas, so he will go Ling speed and lair here. All the options.
All right, lair has been started. So link speed this early tends to favor like he wants to be aggressive here. Wants to use some speed links to help control the map, or just to do some kind of a run by or all in. A little bit here, we'll have to see what he wants to go for. Meanwhile, back at Tarson's side, we have the command center being thrown down. We have a second barracks and gas being taken. So I imagine we'll see the academy here shortly for another 2-Rax academy build coming out from Tarson. And yes, there it is now.
Yes.
So like, once again, this is usually pretty safe, but we do have a few Zerglings coming across the map here. Gonna have to be a little bit careful not to lose his Marines to this.
Yeah, this time there's no bunker. I think in the last game he went for 2-Rax. He went for a bunker as well. And so far we don't see any bunker. And the speed is finishing now. These 3 Marines could die. Or 4 Marines now.
We do have a few SCVs being pulled. Okay.
Yeah.
Transferred, I guess I should say. But
will he attack
Tarzan
before the
doesn't know.
bunker finished or not?
Oh no. I mean, he's waiting to bank up some Marines, but the time that Zerglings, but the time he waited allowed him to get this bunker up. However, he can still run past into the main. Looks like he is going to try and surround the bunker instead. It will go down, and with it, all of the Marines, almost all the Marines, I should say. Okay, he has defended for now, but there's still quite a few Zerglings here. Nice ramp wall block here. I think he's going to be able to hold this off for now. But he is losing a few SCVs. He did lose that bunker. He did lose some Marines, so...
Okay, still going here. SCVs are dying. Only 4 Marines, 3 Marines, but the Firebats also coming. Okay, so this time Tarson not taking it lightly, even investing in some Firebats to be safe against the Zerglings. And he's just getting another bunker, saying on the ramp with the Firebats, with the Marines, that should be totally safe here. And he will get that bunker up.
Yeah, interesting enough, Brown is still continuing to produce Zergling, so he was maybe smelling blood here, but Tarson did a decent enough job at defending that he is not going to be able to die just yet. Although this is quite a few links still, if he could get on top of a couple of those Firebats. Looks
well,
like
one
just wants
Firebat
to threaten the poke. Yeah.
One Firebat is in the bunker, so that will definitely make short work of all of those Zerglings. I don't think they can break that. But yeah, we see the Spire is done now, and the first Mutalisks are in production. Again, a super, even more than last games, a super low worker count game for Brownie. So he really wants to play the low economy games and apply pressure very, very early here. And the Mutalisks are now flying across the map. What is there for Tarzan?
Well, eBay hasn't even finished yet. It's just about to finish up, so there's definitely some potential here for these Mutas to get some damage done. I mean, if Tarson retreats into his main with his full Bioforce, that's going to leave his front exposed to this group of Speedlings out here. So he's got to be careful. Mutas are going to be able to start picking away at some of these SCVs. Turrets are now being started, but how much damage is going to be done before he gets those up?
Okay, so far it was only 3 Mutalisks. They are not really that good at picking off Marines or SCVs with one shot, but now he has 6 of them, so now he can actually do some serious damage here and maybe deny this turret from going up.
Alright, picks off a couple of SCVs here, a couple of Marines as well. Tarson's got to be really careful. He doesn't want to lose his whole group of bio here because it can snowball very quickly from that, especially because we see the links. It looks like Brownie feels like he's got enough here. He is going to move in. He's going in with all his links and his Mutalisks. Will this be enough to break him? The Firebat in the bunker just doing it worth its weight in gold here. Both of the Firebats killing all the Marines off.
Yeah, the Marines are all dead, but of course the Zerglings are also dead against the bunker with Firebats. But maybe that's enough for Brownie to snowball this game out of control, because, I mean, Firebats cannot attack Mutalisks, so maybe the Mutalisks can do some more damage here. But the turret's up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, there's very little SCVs mining at the natural here. I don't know if he transferred some back to the main or they were all just picked off. But I would like to see a little bit more saturation coming out from Tarson there. He is ahead in the worker count, but Brownie's not in a terrible position as of yet. I mean, he is still very low on drones, I will say. But he's still got his Mutaforce. As long as he can keep the Marine count low enough that Tarson can't really get out onto the map and pressure him, he's going to be able to stay in the game.
I think this could be an intentional decision here by Tarson to not have a lot of SCVs in the natural so that they don't all get picked off here. But he has a lot of turrets now. 5 turrets, 3 turrets at the barracks. That's also very nice. I remember in the previous game he had 4 barracks pretty early, but this time he invested in a lot of turrets, so those additional barracks are a bit delayed here.
Yeah, definitely taking this Muta threat seriously. I mean, he knows there was a bunch of lings early that he killed, and then he knows there was the follow-up lings that were killed, so he should know that, okay, Brownie's probably not on a lot of drones here. He's very low on drones, so he's okay making these extra turrets, right? Because he's like, all right, he's just going heavy all in, I just need to survive this. And once he gets a big enough bio ball, he should be able to pressure out on the map with enough turrets to defend any kind of Mutalisk counter or harassment.
Oh man, doesn't even get that turret with all the Mutalisks and it's just getting repaired. I have to say I'm feeling Brownie is losing the grasp of this game here. Tarzan gets more and more Marines out, he has all the turrets in place, and Brownie still is on not even half of the drones, so that is a very unfortunate position here for him. He really needs to find some damage with the units he built, but he can't find any.
Yeah, well, the longer this goes on like this, the better this gets for Tarzan. I mean, we can see he's still continuing up the tech tree. He's got his factory down now. Just started his starport. He's throwing down a 3rd barracks. Once he has 3 barracks production, and even 4 barracks production here, he's going to be able to get a lot of Marines, enough that he's going to be able to walk across the map. And Brownie's not going to really have an answer to that. If he can't slow or do enough extra damage here, he's got to do a lot of damage with these Mutalisks, or his time is numbered in this game.
Yeah, and Tarzan just scanned the natural here of Brownie and saw only one single drone mining. So I think Tarzan definitely knows what's up. He just needs to survive, as pretty much in every game. Sometimes he was successful, sometimes he moved his SCVs from the ramp. But this game looks very good for him. I think he has all the things he needs, and I think, yeah, the time is just running out for Brownie here.
Yeah. Like, all he's been able to do so far really is pick off a few of these turrets, and Tarzan doesn't mind that. He's able to just put them back down. Few Marines, but now that he's got 4 barracks up and running, he's going to be able to get enough bio to finally get out on the map himself. And Zerg's really not going to have enough to defend that. Even if he threw down a bunch of Sunkens, it's just going to hurt his economy way too much. He's just going to be far behind. We already have the science facility now started here for Tarzan. So he's going to be able to get vessels out, huge bioforce. He's got enough turrets that these mutas are not going to kill him or do enough damage. And I think this is, like you said, pretty much the end here. Maybe we'll see him try and dive in to try and get a final blow. And if that doesn't work, that'll be GG, I'm pretty sure.
The only option I really see for our Zerg player here is... Okay, never mind.
To dive in and... Yeah. Well, he tried that and it did not work. So Tarzan takes game number 5 and takes the series lead 3-2.
And again, we don't have a single game over 12 minutes. Ended at 11:23 here.
That's right. But Tarzan is now only 1 game away from being the Gosuleague champion. Will he be able to do it? Will Brownie bring it back? What all-in will we see from him next game?
I definitely want to see a 4-pull now. A 4-pull is definitely something we have not seen so far. Let me think back again. I feel like we are going earlier and earlier with each game. We had... Okay, no, I think the game on Benzene was maybe also... No, actually the game on Benzene was very early. Before that we had the Mutalisks and Lurkers, and now we even had fast Ling attack, mass Ling attack, that is even earlier than the Hydra push. So maybe now it's 4-pull, who knows?
Yeah, well, we'll see. This could be our last game of BSL this season, or there could be one more. But either way, almost done. Oh, and it's going to be on Optimizer. Interesting map.
Okay. Game is loaded and we are going in. So Optimizer is the map choice by Brownie here. So maybe he has a different all-in plan that evolves around the minerals or so, or maybe he just wants to get a very free third base and plays for a longer game. That could also be a choice here on Optimizer.
Yeah, well, we will see. Maybe he's hoping they spawned on the same side of the map or something. He could somehow abuse that little mineral wall kind of thing. Hop over there. That's that space where they would share the same side. But as we can see, that is not the case, as they are cross map here, which I've got to say, seeing how Brownie's been playing, doing all in after all in, does give Tarson a little bit of an advantage, having that just a little bit extra time to prepare for whatever kind of all in Brownie may be thinking about throwing at him this game.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, what will be the build here? Depot in the main base for Tarson, so not going to wall off at his main base choke or at the natural. So that's interesting. That's pretty uncommon, right?
Well, we've seen him do a wall pretty much every game so far. Just expecting something aggressive early coming from Brownie. Yeah, so we'll see what he wants to go for here. Meanwhile, what does Brown want to go for? Looks like at least a 12 hatch. All right, yes, sending out that drone now. So this will be a more standard opening on this map from Brown.
Yeah, 11 hatch here. Not quite 12, but yeah, pretty similar anyways. And Tarson is going back into his walling, so just not using the first depot, but will probably add the second depot in that position to wall off his main base here.
Yeah, we also have the Aghast coming down here from Tarson, so another type of tech build coming out from him. Is it going to be maybe the Goliath build, 111? I don't know. In ASL, we did see, forget who it was. There was a TVZ on this map where the mech build just completely ran over the Zerg. But maybe he saw that and he's like, okay, mech's good here. I'm just gonna go for that. Let's see.
Yeah, I think mech is definitely superior on this map because, or rather, bio is not as good because bio evolves around this third base timing of the Zerg usually if it's not an all-in, and yeah, the Terran tries to get a group of Marines across and maybe deny the third or so, but on this map the third is basically not deniable for a Terran, so going into mech is definitely the better option here on Optimizer.
Very true. Looks like we have in the chat just confirming that JYJ and Queen. So yes, that's right. It was JYJ taking out Queen on this map with that strong mech play. So I think we may see something like that from Tarson. He has pulled all his SCVs off gas, saying he wants to expand off this one factory. Pretty standard stuff. Meanwhile, we do have a third base as well from Brown. Something we haven't seen a ton of in this series, but we do have that third base, so maybe he's looking to play this a little bit more standard as well.
Yeah, is this the first game that goes over 12 minutes? We are still looking forward to that.
I have my doubts, but we'll see. We'll see.
Actually, I have to say, Tarson, he didn't build a single Marine here, just goes into the Vulture immediately. Yeah, is pretty sure that the Vulture can defend any early links, but there are no early links coming, and I mean, Tarson can already also see that with the SCV here. Sunken going up, so Brownie is probably safe against that Vulture as well. The Vulture could maybe sneak by, maybe if he has 2 or so, but the links are already in place to block any run by Vultures here.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, it feels like you could run the Vulture by that Sunken and get into the main there. It only takes a few hits, 3 hits, I believe, to kill the Vulture, but with 2 for sure. And especially now that he doesn't have Lings necessarily blocking there. He does have the Lings out front, though, so he would potentially be able to block that still. Don't necessarily want to risk that. However, we do have Hydralisk Den here coming for Brownie, and still no Lair, so 3 Hatch Hydra.
Yeah, could be. We have link speed coming. Is there... Oh, there's no vulture speed, so these links could kill off those vultures when link speed finishes, which is basically in any second. Here we go, and the vultures have no chance.
So he's going to try and micro kill a couple of lings if he can, but these vultures should go down here. And they will. So a nice little pickoff from Brownie that'll take away the little bit of map control or map presence that Tarson has, and allow a Brownie to send his lings and maybe contain or at least hold the frontier of Tarson just to see what's going on. And we do have the first Goliath out now for Tarson. So this definitely looks like he wants to go for at least a Goliath build early on, some kind of strong mech push, like potentially like we were hinting at earlier with the JYJ Queen series in ASL. Something similar to that, I imagine, is what we're going to see here. He's just going to go out, scout, see those lings, knowing he can't really go out on the map at this time. Whereas we're going to have another hatchery thrown down and a Evo chamber. So Brownie may be looking to get some upgrades going for his Hydralisks.
Yeah, it looks like we will see a macro game here by a Brownie. And yeah, so far that's definitely something that is very unexpected for Tarson. Maybe Tarson will play safer than usual after those 5 all-ins. And that's what Brownie is hoping for, to get an economic advantage here.
Yeah, but meanwhile on Tarson's side we do see those mech upgrades coming for himself. Almost halfway through his attack upgrade for those Goliaths. Will he catch wind of this? He is getting the range upgrade for Goliath, maybe expecting Mutalisks or something. I don't think has he scouted that this is Hydralisk yet? I'm not sure.
No, he did not. He has no scans, and he also did not get the SCV out because of the speedlings here. So, he's trying.
Yeah. A little bit worrying position there. You always kind of want to know what tech you're up against. Because if it's Hydras, you do want to mix in a few tanks here with your army. However, we do have a 4th base now for Brownie, so this is definitely gearing up to be a stronger macro game. So maybe we will have that 12+ minute game after all.
Yeah, and in all the previous games, Brownie didn't go over 20 drones. I think 19 was actually his maximum drone count in the series so far, and now he's already at 36, a huge increase compared to the last game. So that really shows that he wants to go for a longer macro game here.
He just killed off his own sunken colony, interestingly enough. I don't know if that was blocking something he wanted to do. Interesting. I don't know the reasoning for that, but anyways, he did kill that off. Tarson has got an SCV out on the map here now, though. So he's going to be able to do some scouting around, potentially be able to see these couple of bases from Brownie here at 6-ish o'clock.
Yes, that will probably be the case, but by then it's already running, and I think Brownie is still in good position, having so many drones. So what is going on here? We see more factories getting added by Tarson, and no 3rd base attempt so far. I mean, that's pretty normal for Terrans. They don't go for 3rd bases too fast against Zergs, but I think we'll see him going up for a push very soon.
Well, this SCV is going to go ahead and scout these Hydras now right away. He still doesn't know about the 3rd and 4th base. He probably assumes the 3rd base is taken at 3 o'clock there.
I mean, he scouted the 3rd base itself with the Vulture earlier, but he didn't see the 4th base. Yeah, that's very important. But also the 4th base is not mining, so not sure if that matters.
Just yet, anyway. Although it looks like he isn't planning to mine from it anytime soon, as he's really ramping up the Hydralisk production. Potentially going for attack. We do have the first tank out now from Tarson. I don't know if siege mode has been upgraded yet or not. Can definitely help a lot against Hydras, but how is this engage going to go? Is he going to just try and dive in? I don't know if that's necessarily the best, but if he can get a good surround when Tarson moves out and pick off all the units, it would be a very good position for him.
Yeah, I don't feel like Brownie will run into the defensive Terran army here. Maybe he tries to engage it when it's moving out. Okay, which is the case now, so you can see that with the Zergling. But yeah, if the siege is done, I don't think he will get a lot done here with the Hydras.
Siege isn't done, it's just being started now, so there is a little bit of a window here where he could potentially get a good surround on these Goliaths and tanks and pick them off. Tarson's definitely going to have to be careful. He doesn't necessarily want to move out against too many Hydras, although he is now, and it looks like the Hydras are moving in. The tanks are out front. He will be able to pick those off really quickly. How does this engage go? We got quite a good spread from both players here.
Yeah, and the concave is very good for Tarson, and he is able to win this fight, even without siege mode. So that's definitely nice. He lost some units. I mean, he definitely would have traded better with siege, but I think it was still a fine trade. And he also kept all his tanks, or maybe a single one died. I'm not sure, but he still has a lot of tanks, so that's very good for Tarson here.
Yeah, well, we have quite a strong army now for Tarson. A few more tanks coming out and more Goliaths. A couple of units staying at home in his base. Would be nice if he could group those up, but this army is still pretty scary. And is Brown going to have enough to defend this? More Hydras are being produced, more and more Hydras. He's going to have to get a good surround, but this is quite a formidable army. Quite scary. I don't know. Sieging up now. This is going to be tough.
A very good
and he's
siege
losing
here.
Hydras. Yeah.
Ooh. Half of the Hydras not fighting, and Brownie is losing so many. Also, I want to mention the 1-1 upgrade just finished for Tarson, so this looks to be a 1-1 timing here, and Brownie is still on 1-0 with the Carapace upgrade not quite done, and he's losing so many units here.
Yeah, he just keeps losing random groups of Hydras here for free. He really needs his whole entire army to engage at the same time if he wants any chance of pushing this back, but he's just lost so many Hydras now. He's going in now. He's going to try and get a surround. Will he be able to take out this army? If not, I think Tarson is going to do it. And he does not take the army out. And Brownie, GG's. Tarson takes the game and the win, 4-2. Congratulations to Tarson. He wins Gosuleague.
Yeah, Tarson is our winner, our champion here. Holding 3 all-ins and then getting the nice macro game with a mech push here.
Almost macro game. Still under 12 minutes.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay. But yeah, congratulations to Tarson. And I mean, Brownie still did play a very good tournament. Ending up in second place is a very strong feat as well.
Yes. Brownie did beat Tarson previously in the group stages, so it must feel good to come back and defeat him here in the finals, taking it once again 4-2. So congratulations once again to Tarson, our only Terran from the round of 16, going all the way and winning Gosuleague.
Yes, and I mean, the funny thing is Tarson basically did the reverse sweep against Eriador, being down 2-0 and then winning 2-3. In the round of 8, and versus Brownie, he didn't do it in a single series, but he did the reverse kill on the second series that they played. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the Gosuleague here. And with that, also, that was the last game that we saw from the BSL 10, with the Chobo League and the Pro League already finished before the Gosuleague here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, before we go, just thank you for everyone for tuning in. Special shout out to Zero and Awardy, of course, anyone else who's helped with Bombastic Star League, making it such a success. And everyone's continued to support of not only us and the other casters, but the StarCraft community and Bombastic Star League itself. I mean, keep it up, guys. Keep supporting the leagues, and we'll keep having these. They're a lot of fun.
Yes, yeah. BSL 11 is happening, but your support is always greatly appreciated, I would assume. And if you also want to get something back for your support, you can choose to get one of these t-shirts, Bombastic Star League t-shirt here. And yeah, that is all in the Discord. You can find it there. Just go on the BSL Discord, read all the information there, and you will find multiple ways where you can support the Bombastic Star League or Zero.
All right. Any final questions or before we leave?
Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the games here.
Look forward to seeing you all in BSL 11.
Oh, and one last interesting information also by Zero here. We know Zero is from Poland here, and also the Pro League and the Gosuleague were won by Polish players now. Very interesting side fact here.
Yeah. Poland definitely has their strong players in the StarCraft community. Yep. Proving that here in 2 of the leagues.
Yes. Okay. Very disappointed that you allowed the Terran to win.
The one Terran out of the last 16 players.
Yeah. There were a lot of Protoss, a lot of Zergs, but they were too weak to defeat Tarson. But we will have another season and another chance for the other races. So, yeah, just wait for that, I guess. Okay, with that, I think everything is said here. One last comment here by Zero. Oh yeah, we have a Protoss, a Terran, and a Zerg champion in each of the different tournaments of the BSL 10. That's also nice.
So, that's good to see, yeah. Very good.
Okay, yeah, with that, I think we are at the end of our stream. Thank you guys for watching. Again, thanks to anyone who is creating this league and supporting this league as well, and watching the league, of course. Yeah, my name is Ray. With me here was my co-caster Snipe, and with that we say bye-bye and thanks.
All right, see you everyone.